Call it a Christmas log report since we're getting close to it anyway. I mean, it's still the 22nd of December, 2022. And time index right now is a little after 2 o'clock. About 2:02 if we want to get specific about it. Weaver John C. Roseman, California. I would agree with him, John Weaver. Just make it a larger board. I don't care. Holiday season, besides regarding the grieving and mourning, it's not exactly also mourning and grieving concerning about the people we've lost. It's also about choices and regrets we've made that probably took a great toll on us. At least I know it has on me. Hell of a lot of videos I did and all too many audio recordings concerning about how I felt about this one person. Carolina Helen Thankful. What a hell of a name to have. Supposed to be part American, part Swedish, and long story with her. I've tried to tell about it too many times in some old videos. And if she was actually legitimate, what I keep saying, I know, rehash of the old story here. Well, an online presence that got a hold of my brother, turned him into Goo Goo Gaga, wanted to have her over here, borrowed money from me in my school grant just to get her over here and screwed that up. She takes a plane trip to Africa, to Nigeria. And then we begin the financial ruin, living on the good graces of a loan shark and counties for survival. My brother health failing. She had promised wealth and riches, and we tried to give her what she wanted and plan to take it back, but we couldn't do that. We couldn't afford it. And when I finally get approved enough for disability, my brother takes a turn for the worse. In the process, we were trying to help her out. We lost a lot of stuff, credibility, namesake, just to help this entity out. David was handed pictures and thought she was real. I wasn't quite sure about the whole damn thing still. I wanted sure to be real. I wanted to pray to God about it, but it just didn't feel right. Screwed one way or another. I didn't want to disappoint my brother. I kept on with it. I have to pay for this one. This damn decision. She never did come, but she kept asking for more. And there was nothing I could have given her. Advice of my friends just said drop kick her ass. Block her every which way. Right after Dave's death, I just did that. My reputation sullied as hell for credit and trying to get financing or everything. I could pay rent, spout in for bills, a balancing act. But I could keep a monthly living here, survival, but without borrowing money from anybody else. People think I got a lot of crap. I do. Still doesn't help her with a heart that's broken because the brother's gone and the woman keeps screaming, I want more, I want more. You gotta help me. I haven't got anything else to help you, let alone myself. But she wanted. I couldn't do it. A full an idiot. Still didn't think if she was legitimate or not. Hey kid, how you doing? How you feeling? If she was legitimate, I had to treat her as such. Not only if she was, but I didn't think she was, so I ignored the living crap out of her. Long story to tell. And I thought all of it was bullshit. And she had address of the place over here, but never bothered, since losing contact, to send me a letter or card or anything just to see if she was still alive. I figured she was still a phantom. Maybe. But a hell of a regret, you know. If she was a legitimate person, I had hoped to know one way or another. And I wasn't quite sure my heart made the right decision or not sometimes. But I still don't have the means to get her out here. I don't have the money for her. And I'm not starting a GoFundMe page on this one either. I kept hearing too many stories about scammers coming from Nigeria, contacting people left and right and snaring them one way or another. And it should have been the trick right there when she started saying that, well, I got inheritance in Nigeria. So instead of coming out to you guys from Cleveland, Ohio, somewhere thereabouts, well, not telling us she uses the money to get a long distance plane ride all the way to Nigeria to claim the inheritance and then try to marry my brother in order to get the inheritance, but then it fizzled out. So she was trapped and kept asking for money for a few years. And we had to sacrifice a hell of a lot for it. And it was killing my brother. It was pissing me off. But he was so with her. He was going to do it. For better or for worse. Me, on the other hand, I was stuck with my brother on this shit because I needed survival. I tried to take care of his ass and tried to take care of him, let alone me. I wasn't married to her. But feeling loyal, I know family's supposed to be, but, sometimes you have to make sacrifices. And it sucks when that happens because everything else goes hell in a handbasket, especially when everything else went hell in a handbasket. But that's how it felt like. Anyway, I gotta take her out. Give me a few minutes on this one. Well, I'm still reeling. See, every time I keep talking about her and the situation I'm in regarding this woman, it really doesn't make my holiday spirit. It really doesn't make me that much more appreciative about her. It just makes me feel a hell of a lot worse. My brother falls in love with a blonde bombshell that pops on his messenger thing and he responds to it. And because of dealing with her throughout these last 5-6 years, I said, screw this noise. I'm not dealing with anybody else that's going to be sending me a friend message of any sort. I'm just going to be dumping them left and right. I don't want it. It's like I got these bimbos coming out of here left and right. Look at me. I'm an ugly looking schlub, and they want something like me? You got to be kidding me. Oh, he's got money. He's fat. He's rich. He's this. You got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Living in the good graces of the federal government. I don't get that much. And if I do get that much, yeah, right. But do you expect me to be Rich and famous as I'm fat. Like I got all the money in the world. I don't have all the money in the world. You kidding me? Can't even save up for shit every month. But they look at me and think I'm a chump. Just like what Carol did to my brother. My brother's an ugly looking bastard. Maybe in some people's eyes he was a handsome and still good hearted. But he got suckered into this bride and her fantasy. Yeah, I use the term broad. It's the only polite word I can call her. Some of the other words, if I happen to think it or even say it, they're not applicable. Yeah, she pissed me off. Dave also died of a broken heart. Besides missing Ma, he never did see the woman in flesh. He probably wondered if he was ever going to see her. Not even going to touch her. Anything. Just texting, and that's it. Maybe once in a great while a phone call if we actually get lucky for her. Or from her or something. But that was the only thing my brother could expect. It pissed him off. That was the only thing he could do. And what else could he have done? Kept looking to me for help. I was there to help him out. But in this situation regarding if I was going to carry on and have her brought here, that was not going to happen. Last year, the last several months, things are changing left and right. I sent money over there too damn much. Almost every month. And it started to show. People got questioned. People asked questions. We couldn't answer it. We couldn't do anything. Tried a few other items and that didn't work. Just money over there to keep her surviving. But couldn't bring her ass over. But we had enough nearly at the last several months just to barely pay rent and keep some food in the house. Maybe scrape up a few dollars for her. He goes. Social Security really kicks in. I'm starting to pay rent. I still didn't feel like the situation called for her coming back over here. Yeah, I know what it was like in the state of California over here, especially if she happened to get feet wet, as they call it. She actually managed to get over here. What the hell she would want? All this junk? Let her have it. I want all your brother's possessions. State of California is a 50-50 shot. But I am the executor of his estate without paperwork or anything else like that. And basically, if I happen to die, it's all going in the garbage. Or whatever people can use. I'm not going to have any of it. Except for all the pictures and files I've got. Everything else could be sent over to one person, or maybe two. And just let them have all the records I've got. Every computer file I've got. And then I'll tell them, have fun with it. Remember me. How to set it up where people can actually look at the videos and then remember. And if any chance of anything happened with her and she happened to manage to see the YouTube channels and happen to see these things, lucky on her. If she actually going to see anything in Nigeria, she'll probably be pissed off about it. I loved you, I know. I know. Makes me sound like a heartless bastard at this point over here, but you're putting us through too much hell at this point. It's a hell of a lot of regret. We couldn't get you back over here before David passed away. And even after that, I didn't have the resources enough just to get you out. Way too much. Things could have been reversed if she hadn't contacted my brother. She wouldn't have gotten in a situation in the first place. But she had to do this shit and open up a Pandora's box. And then I had to be used for this shit. But I was doing it in the service of my brother because I loved him. I wasn't quite sure about her. Sacrificed a little bit of inconvenience at a college. Couldn't get a college book or not, but camera phones and libraries accessible, so you adapt to overcome, no problem. And getting over here would have been an easy slap if she had taken that that decision to come over here. If she was actually legitimate, she really cared for my brother, she would have come. She didn't. She chose the inheritance that she purportedly heard of, without even talking to me or my brother about it. We're going to be making rooms in our lives for this damn shit. Am I burning her an effigy on this one? Yeah. And I'll probably be burning an effigy on this one here too. Because of my anger and because of my frustration and everything else. I'll forgive her. I'll pray for God for having mercy on her and to bless her like crazy. But she ain't stepping foot in this damn household. And she ain't getting a damn thing out of my brother. I'll throw everything else in the damn garbage can if I have to. Or ship it to somebody else. Some of the important stuff. I'll help her careers. What would be so important? Wouldn't she like to know? Everything else becomes open season for everybody. I guess the wood would be all burned up and crisp. Someone else's fireplace. Everything else could be tossed out in junk or probably used. I don't want to have any hate in this heart for her. I just got a lot of disgust for her. And I got to work on that. I have to work on that. And maybe one day I'll ask for forgiveness and mercy as well. I don't want to be turning into another Scrooge at heart, okay? I'd rather be caring about another family and caring as much as I can. And some people are going to be using me left and right and then try to cry the crocodile tears. I'm not falling for it. I'm going to do the best I can for right now, but I'm not dealing with that. I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. Goes without saying. So, she is what she is, and I am what I am right now. Okay, hypothetically speaking, if she actually did come over here, I mean, if we were able to reverse time in a situation like this, and she decided to come out, we still probably would have had the issues concerning about the trailer home, and then we would be having issues on the road. And we were trying to get her set up over here. And if we actually did, we would have 3 places for people to sleep in. We would have a poster bed. We would have 2 bedrooms, and they would have a chair still. Maybe things would have worked out. Maybe things would have been rough. I don't know. The what ifs. Maybe you could have had children by her. Maybe. It's a hell of a regret. It's a hell of a regret. It's not the inconveniences of her asking for things even while I was in school, trying to take care of some of those things. I'm wondering if I ever got married, or actually had been married, would I have been making a hell of a lot more sacrifices than usual. Sacrificing even dignity and everything else, just to keep the family alive. I want to give back my brother respect and dignity he deserved. But me going off hating another person at this point over here isn't going to be the answer for it. It isn't. Oh, you can see the nice little things on my collar over here and think, oh, he's got money. Well, no. Not really. I got about more than a week to survive another, oh, yeah, a week and a half until I get another monthly allotment of disability. Then I get to play the game all over again. Pay the rent first, tally up what was going to be left, get the already fixed amounts or rough amounts, what's going to be paid, what's going to be useful or not. Do the balancing act every single day or not at all. Next month's going to be hard enough anyway. Because it reminds me that February is coming up and I've got to be going through that emotional hell. It was the month my mother died. 2013, between 1st and the 19th. I say that because on the 1st, she had died, came back to life, and lived in the living hell for about 3.5 weeks, or almost, until she actually passed away. And I don't know if she actually made a difference while she was in that spiritual state, because I don't know what we did to clarify things or help things out with her. And the thing about I talked to Ma that I didn't talk to my brother about, I just hope they were listening. I hope they were listening in there. I would have been with her. Yeah, I just hope so. But I never had a chance to talk to my brother about it, because I hurt too damn badly. I mean, Ma was dying, and I was saying and gave her last kiss. And I couldn't. My brother being wheeled in, already a corpse. He says, I wanted that guy to live. I thought he was almost indestructible. There was no way in hell he was going to be able to survive his stroke situations. I don't know if he was going to fight like hell for that one or not. And being incommunicado. I'm looking at a picture on the lap. An image that burned in my head was going over to Disneyland celebrating Mama. A family together. I'm the one taking the picture. This what makes it hard just looking at it. And especially during this holiday season, makes it even harder. Because my mother's not here. My brother's not here. I'm the only one left. And the decisions are all mine. Nobody else's. I have to make all the decisions, and I have to think about it and pray that I get the right answer for what I need. I know I trust my God on these things. And some things I can do, and other things I'm just afraid to do. Things I should be taking care of, but I shouldn't. But I haven't. So I'm going to be screwed over on that one. I'll be looking at them and look like I failed them. And maybe I have. Maybe I have failed my family. They were all I had. Which makes it harder for me to deal with things like this today. It's hard enough for me to deal with. I don't know what else I could say or do. But I'm trying to deal with it the best I can. I'm not blaming anybody for it. Just things happen, though, so. And maybe I am a fool, I'm an idiot. Goes without saying. I have tried all my life. Just sometimes doing shit and getting my ass in trouble for it, or getting myself busted, broken, face smashed, blood all over the place. I wasn't trying to break any rules, but I got into accidents enough as a kid. As a teenager, followed everything else, and then as an adult, try to follow everybody else, and still feel like I'm a damn fool and idiot, and a failure to boot. Maybe I still am. I still am a failure. Monday probably says, no, you're not. I hope to God I'm not. Because I wouldn't know how to deal with it. It's bad enough I wake up in the mornings and sometimes I'm able to look at the sunrise and just say, okay, another day, God. And then some other days I'm like, okay, well then we'll see what happens, and then hope to God I don't get a trigger, and then if I don't get a trigger, then maybe the day will be better. I'm actually getting productive and trying to get shit off. Or maybe I will get triggered, but then still try to get shit going. Either way, I'm still trying to deal. Not to mention deal with the damn bugs left and right. But dealing with Mama and David. Holiday season being the way it is. I'll keep talking about things on the grieving pages that I'm associated with. Try to tell people how things I'm experiencing are going these days. Some days are good, other days are bad. And when I'm actually able to think about things and not going through the depression or emoting like crazy, I'm actually I'm on a roll. And afterwards, I stumble like crazy. Pick myself up and try to go again. But other times I'm just feeling like, oh, terrific. Now what do I do? I got my aches and pains killing me. My wrists, arms, tendonitis setting in. Screw the damn carpal tunnel situation. I'm not getting surgery. I get exercises if I have to, or braces. I'll wear those damn things, but I'm not getting myself sliced and diced. I'm not doing that again to myself. I'll deal with the crippling effects. I'll deal with what I've got. I'll deal with taking Tylenol left and right if I have to. I'm not getting myself mutilated again just because. I'll cope, and work with it. Meantime, let me just deal with what I've got right now as it is. A couple of more days. And after that, another week. We'll be getting into flashbangs left and right. We'll be dealing with the artillery. Because right after one Sunday of Christmas comes a stretch, and then the Saturday is the artillery. Saturday and Sunday, the weekend, it goes all to hell. And then everything else has to go nuts. I'm not ready and willing to deal with that shit. Mamas are going to be going crazy, and so will I. We'll probably be dealing with the damn bugs inside of a bathroom. Well, what I'm going to do right now is just lay down for a little bit, rest the feet. We'll do another log a little bit later tonight.